All right, so get this. What if I told you someone won $50,000 by making an AI hallucinate?
Hallucinate.
Yeah, hallucinate, not like, see things, but in a way that could totally change how we think about financial security. Like, what if our money is guarded by AI and it can be tricked? I know,
Whoa.
right?
Why?
And that's what we're diving into today, AI hallucinations. It's where these systems, these AI, spit out results that go totally against how they're programmed.
Interesting.
And the case we're looking at, it's wild. There was this contest where people had to trick this AI called Frasa.
Phrases.
Yeah, Frasa, and it was in charge of an Ethereum wallet.
Oh, like cryptocurrency.
Exactly, and they had to make it release money, even though it was programmed to, never do that.
Sounds impossible.
It kind of was, but someone actually cracked it.
So how does this whole AI guard thing even work? Like, what's the setup?
So there's Frasa, right, this AI, and is guarding this Ethereum wallet. Now, if you're not into crypto, Ethereum's like Bitcoin's cooler cousin. It's digital money, but it also does all this other cool stuff.
Yeah, and it all runs on this thing called the blockchain.
Blockchain, which is like, imagine a giant public ledger.
Like a record book.
Yeah, but digital.
Yeah.
And every transaction, every little bit of Ethereum that moves, it gets written down on the blockchain.
So everyone can see it.
Exactly. It's all out in the open, super secure. So the challenge was to talk to Frasa.
Communicate with it.
Yeah. And I try to make it release those funds.
Even though it's not supposed to.
Yep. And the thing is, each time you wanted to send Frasa a message, a prompt, it cost money.
Serious yet.
Like a fee. It started small, like $10 or something.
$8 a question.
But then, get this, it kept going up as the contest went on. Like up and up, to the point where just to talk to Frasa once cost $4,500.
Wow, the pressure. I mean, imagine spending that kind of money and still not cracking it.
I know, right? And it gets even crazier because people were using some really clever tricks to try and break through to Frasa. There's this thing called gaslighting.
Gaslighting an AI?
Yeah. It's like you feed it all this contradictory info to confuse it. It's almost like psychological manipulation, but for AI.
Trippy. What else did they do?
Oh, they got creative. They even tried redefining the commands that Frasa was supposed to follow, like twisting the logic of its programming.
So how did they finally win? 482 attempts. They must have had a genius plan.
Oh, they did. The winner, they basically redefined what an approved transfer meant to Frasa. They made it think it was following the rules, not releasing the money, but they'd subtly shifted what that actually meant.
It's like a loophole.
Exactly. So Frasa had this hallucination, thinking he was doing the right thing, while actually sending the Ethereum out the door. Like being tricked by a magician, even when you know it's all smoke and mirrors.
That's incredible, but also a little scary, right?
Definitely. It makes you think, if this can happen on a relatively small scale, what about our banks, our investments, the algorithms controlling all that?
That's a good point. So what can we do about it? How do we protect ourselves, or our money, I guess, from these AI hallucinations?
Well, that's where things get interesting. Experts say we need to move away from this idea of just one instruction.
Right. Just telling the AI don't release funds is clearly not enough.
Exactly. We need layers of security, maybe even something called explainable AI. So the AI has to, justify what it's doing in a way humans understand.
That makes sense, like a checks and balances system, but for AI.
Yep. And human oversight is key. We can't just set it and forget it. Someone needs to be watching the AI, making sure it's playing by the rules.
Yeah. Constantly monitoring and analyzing, even if the AI seems to be working perfectly.
And it's cool. These contests, even though they expose vulnerabilities, they're actually super valuable. It's like they push the boundaries of AI safety.
It's like a constant back and forth, the people designing the security and the people trying to break it.
Yeah, it's a cat and mouse game.
Yeah.
And it makes you think, right, as AI gets more powerful, how do we make sure we stay one step ahead?
It's a tough question, but one we definitely need to figure out.
Absolutely. Because, if someone can trick an AI into giving up Ethereum, who knows what else they could do?
It's almost like a preview of the challenges to come. We need to be prepared.
Well said. This whole AI thing, it's exciting, but it's also a bit of a Wild West out there.
Yeah, and we need to make sure we're ready for whatever comes next.
Well said. And on that note, we'll wrap things up for today.
Yeah, it's been an interesting deep dive.
It has. Until next time.